welcome back to the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show right here in your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS.
And remember, our goal is always to guide you to personal and financial wealth.
Well, I'm going to say we usually are very excited, but there's just Don today because no Gino on the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show, but I traded up. That's right. I had the beautiful CHARLEEN Mulllin here with Remax. She's co-hosting with me with some really great information about what's really happening in the real estate markets today, how you can potentially look at buying and selling homes and act in Agua Dulce because you need a rural expert, somebody who's been, you've lived out there, what, 29 years?
29 years.
29 years. Woohoo.
Crazy.
And thank you again for joining us, CHARLEEN.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, and we love work. We worked together for quite a long time now.
Yeah.
And always a pleasure, and we always, all the clients. In fact, I want to start with that, CHARLEEN, is the only way you survive being in the industry 32 years is, only way is getting past clients to come back to you or referrals.
Right.
Only way. There's not a soul in this business that goes and gets new business every day and survives. I'm sorry. I don't care how good they are. You can hear the big names, but they're getting repeat business because they do a good job.
Right.
You do a wonderful job. Always a pleasure working with you. So we did the numbers. I remember we sat down, and it was like 90% of your business is past clients.
99%
Okay.
of my business, which
I know,
is
it's trying
crazy.
to be.
Like I went back 2 years, and I think one client off of the 2 years was a sign call. And everything else came from direct past clients or their referrals. So
All right, so we have a goal for all you out there. We want to change that to 90% because we'd like to get CHARLEEN some new clients to add to her database because you will be her friends, and you will now have a great resource of somebody you love working with. You're always a blast to work with, but you always care.
I do.
I
do.
Fully. You're all over it. You're making sure you take good care of them. We've always had a great transaction and fun.
Right.
And your clients come back to you.
They do.
Go figure.
Well, part of it is, I know it's strange, but I have actually talked clients out of selling their homes. So I've talked them out of selling their homes, maybe pulling some money out of those homes, which I know you've helped my clients do, and then using that money to buy up. Like, let's say my first-time buyers that I've sold a condo to, I've then, 2, 3, 4 years, 5 years down the line, they want to buy a house. They want to move up. I've actually talked them out of selling that condo, keep that condo as a rental, and get that income off of that and build equity in that, keep building the equity in that, and go on and buy their second home. And that's worked for
wise advice.
But sometimes it doesn't work for them.
But that's a rarity. That was, you'd have to have a market crash, which was very, that was one of the only ones. I mean, I've been through 3, but that was a unique scenario built up by the real estate market. It wasn't even the lending market. It was really the stock market that got a little carried away, and the insurance companies and all that. That's rare. Over time, though, more millionaires are made with real estate than anything else.
Correct. And it's worked. It's worked. And, am I shooting myself in the foot by not selling their condo at their house? No, I'm building clients, and I'm helping them
great
build.
Advice.
Yeah, so it's worked for me. I love to work with first-time buyers. I know it sounds crazy, and it's the bottom of the barrel, as agents put it, but I love it because I love to see people get out of renting and paying somebody else's mortgage and making an investment and building equity for themselves. And that's the way I look at it. And I know it's an educational process. I'm fine with helping them and holding their hand and walking them through that. That's what you guys do a really good job at. That's why I give you
I think
my
we're one of the
clients.
best teams together in helping first-time home buyers.
Right. You guys are really great at educating them. And that's what it's all about. They need to know what they're getting into, not just saying, oh, sign this and do this.
Right.
It really is an educational process. And I always tell clients there's no stupid questions because I don't know what you do for a living every day is what I tell them. And you don't know what I do every day. So I don't expect you to know all the ins and outs. And that's
an important thing because a lot of times a lot of you out there may go, that's a stupid question, but we do this every day. So I inform them of everything. Our whole team does. And you see the spreadsheets we give them, 4-page, 4-color spreadsheets with all their options. They don't have any questions as to how much money they need, what their options were, what their payment is at any sell price. There's no surprises. So how much more confident are they going in?
Well, that's a great thing about you guys getting them pre-qualified completely pre-qualified up
There's a
front.
difference.
Not just, oh, hey, well, maybe it'll 80% of those that you look at will work.
We know that the back
Yeah,
end
we
of one of
know
the
the back
lenders
end
who
of
said that.
Yeah, so you guys, I know that when I send you a client and you get them pre-approved, they're 100% pre-approved. And I know with confidence, and other agents out there, when I present offers with those pre-approval letters from you, they know that those people are going to get the loan and that escrow is going to close. I just had a very difficult escrow. Things don't fall out very often, but this particular one was a lender I wasn't familiar with. He promised me up front, I spoke to him on the phone, that it would work. And lo and behold, in the very end, it didn't work for him. He wasn't able to make the loan. And that with you guys, I never have to worry about that.
I appreciate that.
And that's a really good thing when you're a first-time home buyer. You really need to have that behind you because nobody wants to go through the whole process and then get disappointed.
Oh, that's a really difficult disappointment for
Yeah.
everybody, of course.
Yeah.
Well, and what's really important, and if you're a first-time home buyer or thinking about it, and by the way, let me clarify a couple things. You don't need perfect credit. You don't need 20% down.
Right.
You can get in as low as 3.5% down or even less with grant programs these days.
Right.
You vets out there, which are our favorites, you realize Skyline Home Loans is one of the number one VA lenders in LA County, even more than the big banks. We do more than like B of A and Wells Fargo.
And I love working with veterans. My husband's a veteran, and I really, veterans to me, you deserve a home, you deserve those loans, and that's just really, it's a hard niche to get those loans through, but I'm a real strong supporter. Our networking group that we're in, that I'm a part of, the CMA network, we as a whole try to give our veterans priority. We network our listings.
Which is huge.
Yeah, and
that
and
networking,
those buyers.
let me clarify on that. If you're networking, just so you know, if you're a first-time home buyer or any home buyer right now, literally any home buyer trying to find your next home or your first home, and you're looking on the NMLS through, especially Zillow, please don't. We have a program for you. Charlene has one that she can give you with a VIP code called Home Scout that's much better than Zillow. Zillow has only about 60% of the listings out there, and they're old, meaning by the time you see it, it's gone.
Right.
The other thing that's important, working with somebody like Charlene that networks through CMA, which is one of the longest running real estate networking groups since '94, and some of the top professionals, is 40% of the listings out there are not in MLS yet. They get sold prior to them even hitting the books. So you need to work with a professional like Charlene. They can go, I know some houses coming up on the market
I do.
with what you want. So you want to work with somebody that loves working with first home buyers, understands the importance of getting pre-approved, ready to go, because with Charlene's great reputation, our great reputation at Skyline Home Loans, we can help get your offer accepted over other offers.
Right.
I mean, that's imperative right now.
And it works. It does work. Yeah. Having you guys back, the approval letter up front, working with these other top agents that are in our networking group, and we can get the job done. We can find those homes for you.
Well, I love that. I've seen you work. You're super patient. You'll wait forever until they're ready. But what's nice is you find out what they want. You don't just shove a home down their throat. You basically say, what are you looking for? What neighborhoods are you looking for? What schools are you looking for? Can you really afford that? If not, let's go to this area over here. You find ways to make them comfortable with their first purchase. That's why they always come back.
That's true. Yeah.
Because you actually cared.
Yeah, well, I've had clients I've done like 5 transactions for. So that's great to have that background and see their families grow and their kids grow up. And now I'm even getting my clients' kids that want to buy things. That's weird to me. But,
I know you're like, are we really getting that old?
Yeah.
I have the same thing. We do work with the grandkids, basically. You know, you start going that direction. You're like, wow.
Yeah.
Well, I would love more of you to have the opportunity to work with somebody great like Charlene. We love working with her. She does a great job. She will become your resource and your friend. Trust me on that, especially if you're a first-time home buyer. But if you're looking to move up, you can't get even better, 32 years experience. Or if you're looking in the rural areas, acting Agua Dulce, you have somebody that lives out there for 29 years, loves it, or children grew up there, they love it. How can they get a hold of you, Charlene?
My cell is the best way to get a hold of me. It's 661-713-8216.
713-8216. Remember that. You should be putting that in your phone right now.
I'm at Remax on the old road in Santa Clarita. I do act in Agua Dulce, but I love doing Santa Clarita also and Castaic. I'll even do the San Fernando Valley. I grew up down there, so I know that really well. So wherever you need to find a home, I'm willing to go.
And you'll have a great resource. So reach out again to Charlene Mullen with Remax, 713
8216.
8216. I want to make sure I didn't mess that up. Well, thank you for joining us,
Thank
Charlene.
you for having
Always
me.
a pleasure. Love working with you.
Yeah,
And
thank
you for
you.
being part of our show. Don't go away. We have one of our favorite guests coming up when it comes to insurance. Carlos Villalobos. With Carlos Villalobos Insurance, handles my own insurance. He always has great information considering he's been in the industry well over 30 years. Remember, we bring experience to the table here today, and you want to stay tuned because I guarantee you'll learn something when Carlos comes back on after the next break.